Hello guys, it's Eric here and welcome to another video. And today I just want to talk about the Champions League, about the Matchday one. So let's just start this video. And the first matchup was Borussia Dortmund against Club Brugge. So Borussia won this game 1-0. Christian Pulisic scored in the 85th minute, and it was the only goal. And they won an away match. That's great for Borussia. And Borussia fans should be very happy because they started the season with a bang. You know, they won against. They're playing very good in the Bundesliga right now, and they won their first match in the Champions League. So it is a great start for Borussia Dortmund. And then moving on, we have AS Monaco against Atletico Madrid. They lost against Atletico 2-1, even though they had a 1-0 lead. But it's Atletico. They have a pretty good defense, so they made one mistake, but then they managed to score 2 goals, and they won this game away against AS Monaco, I should say. Then we had probably the most important and most interesting game in this first match. In this first match day, so Inter won against Tottenham 2-1, even though Tottenham had a lead. I believe they were leading 1-0, and then they conceded 2 goals in the last 50 minutes, and it's just terrible for them. So then moving on, we have Barcelona against PSV. Barca just demolished PSV 4-0. Messi, I believe, scored a hat trick. Then they played at home, so they just didn't have a chance against Barcelona. Barca just dominated them completely, and this is a well-deserved win. And as a Barcelona fan, I'm very happy with this victory. Then moving on, we have Crvena Zvezda playing against Napoli. Crvena Zvezda played a very good team. Played a very good team. They played a very good football, and they got a draw at home. So that's great, I believe, because I think that 0-0 draw, they got 1 point, and I think that they could have won this game because they had a few chances to score, but that's okay because when you're playing against Napoli, you can't expect big things from this team. But now Crvena Zvezda fans should be very unhappy because now I believe they're playing against Liverpool and Paris Saint-Germain next, so it's just going to be very tough for them to win a single game in this group stage. Then we have FC Schalke against Porto, 1-1 draw. Nothing too interesting about this game. Galatasaray won against Lokomotiv Moscow from Russia, so Galatasaray won 3-0. A pretty good performance from them. Turkish fans and Galatasaray fans should be very happy with their team performance. Then moving on, we have Ajax against AEK Athens, and they won 3-0 at home. So it was a pretty simple game for them. Bayern won against Benfica 2-0. Even though they played away, it feels like the Bayern is dominating in every single team in the group stages. But then when you need to play against Real Madrid in the knockout stages, they just can't do anything. So it feels like they have a pretty easy group because they have Ajax, Athens, and Benfica. So they're probably gonna win every single game in this group stage. And then we have Shakhtar Donetsk again playing against Hoffenheim. They got a 2-2 draw. Both teams got a 1 point. So that's probably a good result for both teams. And Manchester City lost against Lyon. This is probably the biggest surprise of this group stage so far because they were down. I believe they conceded 2 goals in the first half, and Nabil Fekir with an insane free kick, and then they managed to score 1 back. I believe Bernardo Silva scored with his left foot, but it just wasn't enough, and they couldn't win. And then Real Madrid started, and they started this Champions League season with a bang. They won 3-0 against Roma at home. It was a very easy game for them, and I thought that they will struggle, but it seems like they're not struggling at all because they just dominating Roma, and Roma has a very good squad, and I thought that they can win or get a draw because they have a pretty good squad. And it is surprising that Roma didn't score at least 1, but Real Madrid just demolished Roma 3-0, and I believe we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we have 4, I should say, matches where 5 teams dominated those other teams, you know. So we had Real Madrid, we have Manchester United, we had the Real Madrid, Barca, we had Galatasaray, and and Ajax, sorry. And so all these teams played a very good first game in the Champions League. So then moving on, we have FC Victoria Pilsen playing against CSKA Moscow. They got a 2-2 draw. Both teams got 1 point out of this game, so that's probably good for both teams. But I think it's better for CSKA because they played away and they managed to score 2 goals and they got 1 point. So the next game I think they will play at home, so they will have a chance to win their next game. And I think that they can. I think that they will be in the second place in this group. And then moving on, we have, or no, maybe I think that if they're gonna win against Roma, and if they're gonna win against Victoria at home, I think that they do have a pretty good chance of progressing. Then we have Manchester United playing against young boys from Switzerland. They won 3-0. It was a pretty easy game for them. Even though they played away, they just destroyed them. And then the last match of this group stages was Valencia against Juventus. Juventus won this match 2-0. Even though this match was very interesting. I watched this game and I can tell you one thing, that it was a very intense game, and Ronaldo was sent off, and he got a red card, but I don't think that it should have been a red card, because I think that the refs just gave the red card because he just left Spain and for Italy, but I know it's not a big deal for him, because it doesn't matter where you go. But I think that he hates Ronaldo, and plus Valencia fans were insulting Ronaldo, and I think this is probably the biggest reason why he gave the red card, because the fans were asking so much. They were there, and Valencia fans are very aggressive, and I think that the ref just he could have I think that it was a bad decision from him, and I think that he should get a restriction, because it just doesn't make sense, because I think it wasn't a foul. I know that he just touched his head, but because he wasn't happy, but he didn't do anything and I just don't understand why he gave him a red card. But I think that he's probably gonna miss the next game of the Champions League, or I just don't know how it works. But I think that when you're playing in the league, you will miss 3 games, and when you're playing in the Champions League, you will miss 1 game. I don't know. So let me know in the comments below how does this system work. And so hope you guys enjoyed this video. This is something new. I will do this type of videos in the future as well. I will talk about the Matchday 1, about Matchday 2, and all those other matches. And also I talking about Liverpool. I just made a new thing. So not a new thing. I will do something like this. I will create a video after 1 month, and I will talk about all Liverpool fixtures, and at the end of the month, because personally I don't have the time to watch every single game of Liverpool, and it is just not interesting to talk about one game. And I think I'm just gonna talk about all the games, about probably 5 games, and I'm gonna make monthly maybe monthly season review of Liverpool, something like this, So it should be a lot more interesting, and I will have a lot more things to talk about. And I probably forgot to talk about Liverpool Paris Saint-Germain. So Liverpool had 2-0 lead. Paris Saint-Germain scored 2 back, but then they managed to score a game winner with Roberto Firmino. He scored in the 92nd minute, and so yeah, it was a pretty good match day 1, and I think we had a lot of good games. And football fans should be very happy with this first that the Champions League finally started. And hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, just hit the like button on this video, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to hit that ring down below, because you will never miss an NBA video or FIFA video or the Champions League review video. So I will see you guys and in the next video very soon. So peace guys, and thank you for watching.